Hello, everybody. It is Jessica Pearson, and what you are looking at right now, this beautiful, sexy, classy little page, is our brand new prospecting page called the Discover EMRIS Lounge. Now, first and foremost, I just have to tell you right now, all of my years in network marketing and all of my years doing network marketing on social media only, oddly enough, I never in my life have ever used what we call an ATM group. And I'll explain what that is in a second, but that's basically what this is, a prospecting group, ATM group. It stands for Add Tag Message. I never even heard of it. I think maybe like briefly, maybe in the last year or two, did I even kind of hear roughly about it, but there was nothing that I ever did like this. So I will say a huge thank you to fellow Founding Circle members, Ashley and Sarah, because they have used an ATM group in the past with their prior companies. And I can tell you right now that they know that it has proven to be incredibly, wildly successful because it is so duplicatable. So thanks to them, we have one as well now. So, okay, add tag message is basically what ATM stands for. So what you're going to want to be doing is anytime you're talking to a prospect or a potential, okay, and they ask you for more info about EMRIS or maybe the products, whatever it might be, let them know a couple things. You can say, okay, well, I can answer a bunch of your questions for you. That's not a problem. But we have this incredible group. It's called the Discover EMRIS Lounge. And basically, I can add you into that. And you can kind of look around. I could tag you in some stuff as well. So that way, if you let me know exactly what you're looking for, I could definitely make sure that you get that information. And then I'll follow back up with you and then see if you have any additional questions after that. Pretty much along those lines. Okay. You can tweak it how you want. You don't want to always copy the exact same things. You want to talk how you would normally speak, but that's generally like the gist of it. So if they say, yeah, sure, add me, you have to be friends with them. Okay. So what you would do is go here, just like in our normal group, invite them in. Okay. And hopefully they come in. Now, when they are invited into the group, they have two questions that need to be answered that they will see pop up on the screen. The first question is, who invited you to join this group? The second is, what interests you about EMRIS, the business, or the products, right? Some people will say both. Some people will say one or the other. And then they'll say who invited them. Now, the reason for that is because, and I'm going to go right here very quickly, when you're in this group, I want you to have a look in the About section, and I really want you to look at this because this is very important, okay? The description. Now, I want you to have a read over this when you're in here, but pretty much here are some of the rules of this group, okay? And we have to establish these rules because groups can get crazy and out of hand if people are not monitoring them. And you will see a lot of my top leaders are admins in here. So if you do not hear from me, you'll hear from them. So just be on the lookout for that. So pretty much, first and foremost, no self-promo or solicitation. That is number one, you guys, whether it's for you or somebody that you have invited into this group. If we see anybody trying to sell anything, whether they're a part of another company or they own a company or, they have links to some affiliate thing, whatever it might be, they will be removed immediately. And you will be removed as well if you do it also, okay? There's also no cross-recruiting. Now, cross-recruiting would be, say Ashley came into the group, I invited her into the group, and she was my potential that wanted some more info, and she left a question in a comment, and I didn't get to her fast enough to respond to it. That does not mean that you would then go and try and get her to sign up with you. Basically, that's what cross-recruiting is technically in the network marketing world, okay? If you didn't invite them, you don't enroll them, pretty much. All right. So another one, obviously, this is common sense. Don't be a jerk. Have some respect for everybody, right? If you want to be treated nice, treat people nicely. Very simple. We're all adults. We know that. No rants or negativity. This is really important, you guys. This is going to be a very positive, safe place for people to come and get their information and learn about the company and learn about the products. This is not meant for suggestions for corporate. This is not meant for questions that you should be asking in the legacy group. This is strictly for your potentials to ask their questions, for you to help them if you happen to see it, and so on and so forth. So please just remember that. There is no rants or negativity. If you start a post out or comment with the words, "This is a rant," do not post it. Okay. Go rant on your own page, not in this group. And the very last and finally, okay, be supportive, helpful, and engage, right? You know, while we do have our admins in here, a lot of times we might not always see everything right as it comes in. So if your person or people that you invited into this group happen to ask questions and you don't see an answer being given to them, definitely go ahead and respond to them. All right. So that's what I want to make sure that everybody reads through this when they get into this group. So let's go back to discussion. Now, add tag message. Okay. So you added them into the group. That's number one. A. T for tag. What you're going to do is you're going to tag them in some of the things that they have told you they want to know about, right? Now, we already know that when somebody gets invited and they have to answer these two questions, we already as admins on the other end here know if they're looking for products or opportunity, okay? So we can either tell you what they're looking for, or we can start to tag them for you in these posts. So if you happen to see posts as you're going through, and say you go to opportunity, for example, and you happen to see your personally enrolled is already tagged in the dream plan, right? Then obviously you already know that they've been in there. So that's not always going to happen. That's if we have some time. So you always want to be following up with your people and just making sure that you know what they're in here looking for. Now, speaking of follow-up, let's get to that. Add tag message. Message is for follow-up, okay? So what you want to do is not wait longer than 24 hours. Do not wait longer than 24 hours. What you want to do is reach back out to them after they've been tagged, all of those things. Reach back out to them later that evening if it happens to be during the day, or if it's at night, later the next day, okay? But you don't want to wait a full 24 hours because people's attention spans, you guys, are very, very quick to go. So when you reach out, I'm very straight to the point when I reach out to people. You might be different, but I've found that this works very well for me because I always go into a conversation already assuming that the person that I'm talking to that I tagged in these posts has gone through the page because they were interested. So why wouldn't they, right? I don't normally ask, hey, have you had a chance to? Because typically a lot of people usually don't find that chance to do it, okay? So if I go into it and I say, hey, what did you love? What did you find in the lounge that you absolutely loved? What did you need more help with? Did you have certain questions about something you saw in the lounge? Right? Things like that, where I'm already assuming that they have looked at everything. That, I promise you, that helps you so much when you're talking to people because they will respond to you. Whereas if you just ask them, hey, did you have a chance to? There's usually an excuse, and there's no need for that. So always, again, add, tag, message. So now you know the 3 steps here. You add them into the group. You ask them, first of all, ask them if you can add them. Let them know it's a massively big group where they can see all of the info. It's fantastic info that they can get their questions and answers for and all of those things, okay? Tell them that you'll tag them in some things that they want to know about. And then message is your follow-up, either that same day or the next day, to where you let them know, hey, did you have other questions from anything you saw in the group, right? So let's go through some things here. When you first come in here, the first post that I want you guys to make sure that you're tagging everybody in is this one right here, the Welcome to the Discover EMRIS Lounge post. It's the first post. It's a pinned post. It's the main one. Just make sure you tag them in the comments. And then from there, you can go ahead and tag in whatever they want to see. Don't have a free-for-all and tag them in every single post because, again, these topics up here are there for a reason. If they're only looking for products, don't tag them in anything else, okay? And let them know, too, that there is a topics page or a topic section in this page that if they did want to know about the products and maybe they came for the opportunity, they can click that topic and they can learn more, okay? So that's pretty much it. It's very, very duplicatable. Like I said, this is a fantastic tool to use. You can use it. You can give it to your team. Your team can give it to their enrollments and their enrollments and their enrollments, and it just keeps going and going and going. This group will be growing with information as we move forward with the company as well. But for now, it has a bunch of info in there, the basic of basic things that most people always want to know about. And now you can avoid the question of, I don't want to word vomit. What do I say to somebody that wants information? This is what you do. Rather than say, you put them in here. Okay? So hope this helps you out. And I can't wait to see you guys explode by using this.